So one way or another, in our own way, we have a home base. This is what we're doing with the new property. Excitement, yay. We plan to start our own business, and it's going to be hopefully an all-natural candle company, maybe getting into some travel photography. Obviously we'll be on the road, and our main intention with the whole candle company is just to have enough to be able to live, to help support what's probably not going to be a very large income, at least at first, if ever. We need to turn down the spending a little bit. Again,
activate ultra hardcore safe mode. What's the plan, and where do we go from here?
so the plan is, we don't really have a plan. We're kind of doing this one step at a time. As we finish up one thing, we will start figuring out what the next step is. We have the general idea of where we want to go, and we have 4 things that we know we have to either do or obtain, so on and so forth. The first thing that we know we have to do is we have to get the property cleaned up and get the candle business going. The next thing is we need to start minimizing. We need to start getting rid of stuff, selling stuff, just purging. A lot of the future content, at least for the rest of the year, is going to be that. As well as some life videos, of course, because we still are going to be doing those as well. We're still going to live our life. So after that, we still need to get a truck. That is definitely not going to be a this year thing. And we will need to get a travel trailer. Also not going to be a this year thing. In fact, I think we're probably going to get the truck first, because regardless if places can deliver, I'm still going to want to have the ability to move it if I need to.
Exactly.
Some things we're still up in the air about. Obviously, one of the main ones being the house. As you've heard multiple times throughout the video, it's starting to seem like it's not going to be a viable option to keep it. Whether we try and use it still or rent it, I just don't see there really being a good way to keep it. This is going to be extremely hard for me because I actually do like this house. It's the perfect floor plan. It's a country setting. We have great neighbors, but at the same time, this house is just a material possession. And my goals with being able to see my family more and being able to just enjoy my life, this house honestly looks more and more like an anchor. Like we're stuck here, you know?
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be easier to sell it. And it's something that I'm going to have to come to terms with.
So another thing that's not really set in stone yet is a tiny home on the new property. Whether or not we're going to build one or even have one at all. We already established that buying one pre-built is out of the question because the cost of that is effectively the same as our current house payment. And it's just the intention of going to a smaller house like that would be to like free up some financial responsibility, and that really wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But whether or not we build one is going to depend a lot on timing and kind of where we're at with like the restoration, renovation of the building and the property itself.
Yeah, because again, the only thing that we're going to use that tiny home for is a transition period. We can get rid of the house payment and honestly trade it for basically a truck payment. But again, timing is everything. Because if we're at the point that we're already getting the RV, there's not going to be much of a point
to having that transitionary point.
Yeah, we're already done with the transition at that point. But the ability to free up that money is something that we have really thought about. But we've got to do the building first. We have got to clear up the property and rebuild the building and get that going first.
And that'll also give us a spot where we can store materials while we're building the tiny home.
We can store materials while we're on the road. Anything that we have a hard time getting rid of.
Yep. That'd be a nice little small space that we could dedicate to storing some of our personal effects.
As well as the bikes on off season, or if we're going to be traveling where there's snow.
Yeah.
Because I am not riding a bike in the snow. No.
You're already not good enough at dry land. I'd hate to see you with ice on the ground.
Another benefit besides being able to get rid of the house payment and the large bills associated with the house payment, as well as less yard to mow.
Smaller property for sure.
Yes, is we'll be right next to the business. So we can literally walk right from our home and go straight to making candles. So
whenever we want, day or night.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, we can have, once we're done with the tiny house and we're just staying there in the camper, we'll be able to have family stay there that's out of town, coming to see other family that is here, which granted is basically Bam's family.
Well,
But-
and we might also have a spot that when we're staying in the RV on the property, like your friends could stay in the tiny home and visit and see the area around here for once.
That's fair. It'll definitely be a very big benefit there because then they will have their own space to be able to use whenever.
Give them a little bit of privacy for themselves, even if it's only temporary.
Yeah. So for the rest of the video, you're just gonna have to do with this camera angle because our little GoPro camera died. If you know anything about GoPro, they seem to overheat very easily, and today is a rather hot day.
Direct sunlight probably has
Yeah.
heat stroke now.
Yeah. So in conclusion, basically the rest of the year is going to be content with the restoration and rebuild of the new property, heading into being a candle company, as well as just us trying to get rid of some of our stuff and purging and downsizing and minimizing.
We'll still have some of our normal content of like our lives and stuff going on like that, but it's going to be definitely focused more on the minimalizing and the restoration and stuff.
Oh yeah. So with that being said, if that's the type of content you're into, don't forget to subscribe. It helps us more than you think. And click the bell icon so you get notified whenever we post a new video, which is every 2 weeks, because I know we have a weird schedule, so I want to make sure that that's
Sorry,
out
folks.
there.
But yeah, if you liked the video, make sure you like it too. Again, it helps a lot more than you think. It really does.
Aside from that, since it's a 2-week period, check us out on Facebook for anything going on in between. And
We'll see you in 2 weeks, and take care.
yeah, have a good rest of your day. Stay cool, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
That's fair.
Well, hi.